Hey Leslie, how's it going? Okay, so this you said was a tough week for you, so let's go over and look at them. First of all, I'm going to give you kind of the overall vibe that I got from you. Excuse me. I don't think that this was your best week, and I think it's just because it was a hard session for you, and you probably, were kind of frustrated that you didn't get to show me something that you really loved. I'd love to see images that you're like excited about and give you feedback on those, but I mean, these are great images. They're really solid. There's nothing to really complain about, but let's just go through them one by one, and I'll kind of talk about ways that I think you can make them just a little better. And bonus, I'm with my friend Becky Earl. You may have heard of her.
Probably not.
And she's going to jump into it and kind of show what she sees. And hopefully that's cool with you. It's like a little treat, I hope. Okay. Here we go. These guys. Okay, so this is your edit, and you said that you tried to get a lower angle, which is good. I would have tried to get even lower. I know that sounds crazy, but I would probably be laying either on my stomach or my back, just because they're kind of in the middle of two buildings, and the leading lines there would have been a little bit more exaggerated had you been like shooting straight up. Now, it depends on what kind of portrait that you're going for. If you just want like a pretty family shot, then this is, like one that they can frame, which is probably what they want, then this is fine. I would have them moved over to the right.
That's what I was going to say.
A little bit, so that, yeah, the porch, you mentioned that being annoying. It's annoying me too. I don't like the way it's coming out of Mom right here, so having them over just a little bit. And also,
it would have framed them nicely.
Yeah, let me look at what lens you shot that with. With your 50 millimeter. I'm not sure how tight the space was. Sorry, I gotta look at your app. I'm looking at your aperture really quick. You're at f4, okay, which is good. I would have maybe opted for a longer lens if I could have gotten far enough back, because that would have even blurred this a little bit more. Or if I wanted the funky angle, I would have gotten low and used my 24-70, so like a wider angle to shoot it. Because this is like neither here nor there. It's not pushing the envelope one way or the other. It's not like such a perfect pretty portrait that there's so much bokeh and blur back here and they really pop, and it's not like funky cool, got down super low and did something a little different so that it feels like it has a ton of energy. It's kind of just hanging out in the middle, and I think that's why it doesn't feel exciting to you, and it's it doesn't make you super happy. I still am gonna make that post about tips I have with families. Young children, yeah, always hard. In fact, my sessions, I really don't get a ton of pictures with all family members looking. And my clients know up front that that's not what I'm going for. I tell them I always try to get a few, but it's not the main objective, so that I don't have to spend a lot of time trying to yell at kids, entertain kids, spend 10 minutes getting them to look at me, because I would rather spend way more time getting the family to all interact as a whole. So, things I like about this picture, again, I'm always impressed with your color. I think it's really beautiful. Your processing is so clean. I feel like you could teach me a thing or two on that. It looks beautiful. I love Mom and Dad's expressions. They look natural and happy, and it was probably stressful with their little ones. Little girl looks so pretty here too, and even him, like, I love his face. I'm sure they love this portrait, but like I said, if you're trying to really define, like, this is Leslie, every image has like a voice and kind of like a pow, this image doesn't pack that punch. So, but I know you can do it. I know that it was just challenging, kind of a challenging session for you. So, moving on. B, do you want to say anything about that one?
No, I totally agree with everything you said. And that's the first thing that jumped out to me, is I would have just moved him over to the right just a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we have this, I mean, it's all from the same session. I really like this image. I think it's adorable. You said you felt like it was a little bit boring, and I think one of the things that might be kind of contributing to that, well, I was going to say her eyes are pretty close to the center, and so the composition, even though it's offset to the left, since her eyes are where we look, it still feels like a little bit of a dead composition. Plus, I think for some reason, the fact that I can't see her hand, it makes me feel like her hand's chopped, even though you didn't. That's just, I mean, that's being nitpicky. Um, oh, sorry about that. The expression is great. Interaction is great. Your exposure is beautiful. I like the color. I mean, they're kind of pink, but in like a pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look, like gross.
Peachy.
Yeah, it looks just peachy and pretty. So beautiful, beautiful job, and really natural interaction. I think if you would have been a little bit further back,
or even shot down a little bit.
Yeah, shot from above a little bit and had her look up at
Mm-hmm.
you. That's a good point, B. That I think that this would have been a stronger image for you. So, do you have anything else you want to put in?
It looks really great.
Yeah. This is probably my favorite image of the set. Okay. Oh, here's a straight out of camera. Yeah, so I can see that you took out the white here, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if I shot this, I would probably get one straight on like this, but then I would take another one from above. But I love that you caught a natural moment. I love that her expression's real. It brings an energy to the shot. So, okay, this is the one where she's dancing with her dad. Let's look at the straight out of camera on this one. Why? Maybe I don't have it. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I'm going to look at it on here. Okay, so the straight out of camera we see right away, it is overexposed a little bit, and you said that this was tough light. You were shooting in brighter light than you wanted to. In a case like that, I would have underexposed this image a little more. It was probably a quick moment to get her dancing on Daddy's feet like that, so you might have been, trying to think fast, and that's why you overexposed instead of underexposed. I think you did a good job in the edit, bringing it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the moment. I mean, it's pretty priceless what she's doing with her dad right here. I'm sure that they love it. One thing I noticed about all your pictures this week is they're all looking at the camera. In every image, like the main subject is looking straight at the camera, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that. But to me, it kind of suggests that you're still having trouble bucking the rules a little bit. I love what you're doing with your clients. Like you have like succeeded in getting them to move more, getting them to interact more. I think that you've grown there, but I still feel like you're not taking big risks. You're taking risks that will probably pay off, and you can still walk away with something decent, but you're not kind of going out there and saying like, I don't know if this is going to work out at all, but I'm going to try something totally crazy. Are you doing that? Are you setting goals at each session, just to like do one thing that you normally would not do, and just telling yourself it doesn't matter if it doesn't work out, I'm just going to go for it. Anyway, a little bit of a tangent. Back to this image. The one thing that bugs me in the edit, and it's not a big deal, but this black line right here, like I find my eye it keeps on going there, and it looks like it's just a branch, but because of how you edited it, it made it even darker, and so it looks like a black something coming across that's not natural, so I would have maybe gotten rid of that.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go.
Also, the crop on the edited one is throwing me off a little bit. I feel like I need some sort of dad's head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, also I think the crop here is more flattering to Dad.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit thicker here because you can't see where his back ends. Yeah. He looks thinner here. And I just like the looser crop too.
Yeah, same.
So, what were your settings on that? Oh wow, this is at 1.4.
Sure.
Yeah, good job. So, again, Leslie, we're at that place, and I know you're probably so annoyed with me because I keep telling you the same thing. I keep telling you to kind of like push yourself further, take more chances, go crazy, and I see you trying. Especially last week with that session that you just kind of threw caution to the wind and went for it. I see you doing that, and I'm proud of you for doing that. It's really just a battle inside your head right now, It's, when you shoot, are you kind of holding your camera up to your eye and feeling like you have to create the image, or are you taking a step back for a minute and waiting to kind of see like what's beautiful and what really catches you and what, you know, makes you stop and gets your heart beating a little bit? Like, I want you to wait for those moments as well as create them. And again, I'm going to do that post on how to do that. Okay. Thank you, Leslie. I really hope that when I come out to DC that you can come to one of my sessions and see a little bit of the chaos that is a Yan photography photo session. And I certainly don't want to lose touch with you, so please let's make that work. Okay, bye.
Bye.